Hi and welcome to Jan Sewing Solutions. I want to share a problem suit with you which I recently wore in one of my review videos. Now you may have seen a glimpse with me and you might even have heard me mentioning that sometimes you get things sewn and you're just not happy with them. Something is just not right. And we often have a tendency to, if there's a problem with a suit, it may be brand new and we might have bought it for a lot of money, or we might have bought it for, and most likely if we had it stitched, then we've paid quite a bit of money on top of it as well, and then something wasn't right, and what we've done is just put it in the charity bag. And really, charity isn't for your leftovers. You should give what you love yourself and not your leftovers. The answer is to find a solution to it and not to disregard it. Now, beautiful fabric, lawn fabric, and one thing I realized as soon as I wore this was I probably most likely would not have worn it in the state that it was. So what was the solution? Well, the solution was to unpick it all, to lay it out, to find the faults with it, and to find a cure for it. So that's basically what I did. I completely unpicked it all of it, and then it wasn't pre-soaked as well, so I soaked it and dried it out, and then bought it and pressed it and put it on the table, found where the flaws were, and then found the solution for them. And now it's the same kameez, and I tell you, when I tried this on, it was an amazing fit. It's been given an added new lease of life by adding simple things like trims to the underside, some silk backing, it's given it weight. I've added some lace at the bottom of it, which is also giving it a drop. Also, there was a major problem with the armhole cut. It was way too deep and it tended to gather the whole of the kameez, and it actually pulled it back. And also the back neck, it was so deep that the whole kameez lifted from the top and it sort of went back from the back. Now, the other problem that lawn has is it's actually very clingy, and especially on the back. And if you're wearing like a soft kind of a dupatta like this type, then that also clings to the lawn. So what I've done is I cut at the back, and the back, I used that part of the back that I took off from there to actually extend. The armhole was too deep, so what I did was I added a small piece there, and it actually has disappeared back in the seaming and the cutting and so on, but it's actually mended now. The armhole, before it was down there, and now it's moved up a lot further up. Also, the sleeves on it were too short, so the piece that I took off from there, I combined it with silk underneath, and now they're full length sleeves. And now lawn and also linen and so on, if it's not backed, this is what happens. It crunches up and it tends to gather on the sleeves. I like my sleeves to be full length, so I've extended this back to having the sleeves full length. And just by those simple solutions, you can actually see me putting those little things into practice by following the video. Just go onto my website and follow what I've done, how I undid this, how I laid it out, how I showed where the faults were. If you have those kind of problems in your suits, then my suggestion would be to take a little bit time out, and you know what, there is always a solution. So even though that was cut too deep, even though you may have many problems. I mean, one of the other problems that I had with this was often, how Pakistan tailors, they tend to leave a lot of fabric inside, but they go and add these snippets to it. So they'd gone and added this snip to it, and by fixing that snip, I've managed to sort out that as well. What's the matter, Zach?
This is Swahili, yeah?
Yeah, Swahili.